cooks in sealed cans. Exact time, exact temperature.
The food swells during cooking, bursting the cans. So change the time or the... Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is... You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know. If you could see your way to... Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathed the people of Edgewood. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past. Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square... Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint. Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just... I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. I wish you wouldn't say things like that. Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increased. Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't. It is not easy for me, and the moment it becomes easy, Spacer's Choice is a family, and the survival... Go. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna... Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by. What with being a species indigenous to the seas of it. Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs, some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. Go.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets... Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big... I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fix. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways. Where are we headed? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the... Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time.
You're safer inside the wall.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see...
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This...
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive... Depriving them of safety from the marauders. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library, and my retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have over... What? No! I don't want to burn it! I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't... It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thought... Not many in this colony could understand its true value. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here. Any progress on that matter? Please. A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written... I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a... Pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb.
It's just... There's more to it all than numbers.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness. Yes, but there are few who hear. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit? The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by the Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as... Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, we will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin. Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rights and animal sacrifice. Seriously, though, to truly understand the
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Ask her.
I won't touch anything while we're...
Go right. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about him that bothers me. Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an automechanical barkeep. She's... Plague. I don't know anything about it. You have got the wrong idea. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sick. Spend enough time in the Spacer's Choice family, and you will come to understand. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will... Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the verge. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about... Music to my ear.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
don't know you. Amelia Kim. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a spacer's choice. Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do. Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decide. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even with a bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about... Go ahead. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow... Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. My world is these four walls, that... Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real... I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I... Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the PL... I've said enough. People come here to drink. They wanted to face their... I don't see how... You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about... Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. What happened, you ask? I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Lab work ain't for me. Never... What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. They did. They gave me a... Not so fast. I told you so. What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. That's exactly the kind of crazy talk that comes... Well, good luck trying to figure...
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful Lord. There's a reason you're running around outfitted like... Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. You some sort of wandering alienist? What? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to... Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire. Couple hours out of your day. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back. I'll do what I... You will not find any guards within... It is a reality of life in the Vale. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strict. More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel... Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. I know that. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission being too clean? There was a kind of a thing. Sure, but I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought... So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's... Well, sure. They're not tough. Even back then. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the salt. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get... Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of Zero? Oh, sure. I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and the machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to... I think there's something higher and greater than us. Sorry. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folk. When they come in here, they might be happy, or when they leave, they're mad at themselves. Maybe so.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
At least you got your help.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand and the office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3... Know how to carry yourself in a fight? Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been... I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any... I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision will be made in a court. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the local... Something to report?
No problem. I'll head over.
Wish we had some better rations.
Don't let the boss catch you saying that.
This is where the magic happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay. Where are we headed? If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something. My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. Yeah. Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare. If you need to go, I'll wait outside. Sure. Something you need? I'm going. Moving.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Oh, I don't care. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's out? Please don't touch. Physical hygiene recapitulates. We don't believe in free anything here in Ed. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Burial in the unfortunate event of a fatality. The plagues come at us with a vengeance this year. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you, if they were any. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomit. Whatever it may be, I have developed my own company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his eye. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not... As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man.
distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all. Because I'm sick. You don't want... I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you... Don't. Please. People trouble. Lazy worker like me. Company always tells us. Weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with... I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I'm feeling a touch faint.
Something's not right. Get him! I just turned a fine focus. I'll take this one. Great company ammo.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Nothing for us outside those walls. You ought to know.
Okay, going quiet. I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I bet she's jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self. Wanted to poke around in here. Get ready. Easy.
takes payback.
No! Woo! We made it! Everyone all right?
He used to follow me around before he left the cannery. Yeah, huh?
Oh, didn't see you. Whoa, Miss Parvati.
Are you, are things safe out here?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Oh.
Oh gosh, no, I'm...
Are you from town? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were... Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody. I'll take all the help I can get. Except, you ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my...
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. No kidding. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at... I appreciate... In fact, I put aside something special. Sure. Couple months. This camp's my home. I owe them my life. Would have died. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to...
Gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater. I have been called that, among other things.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt?
Why, thank you. You're Rob. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobacco. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering. He would do such a thing. Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb?
He was tired all the time, sure, but...
Look what they did to this child. Lost her fa- Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
You hungry? We got canid ribs. Something I can help. Fresh off the limb.
I told Thomas to holler if he saw anyone sneaking in around the back. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering. Got anything in you? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. I've crossed off. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended. See, vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. Could do without the guy. I'll tell you. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. What?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Oh, we go! Nice one!
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. I'm just glad he's alive. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data.
You crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant run... What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation? You, on the other hand, you were a sight... I'm great. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing... I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in... Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. No? I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of... Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love... I got kicked out of Edgewater. I'd heard some outlaw... Instead, what do I... I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about... I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to. You trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing? Carry on.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. You pretty much did my job. Let me know if I can do something for you.